I hope you're hearing me.
Yes, yes. As you look around the cell that you're in right now, can you describe for us what that looks like?
It's dark, it's hot, it has like 3 or 4 bunk beds, it's got a toilet in the corner, and it's got a huge grill, lots of metal. It's like a dungeon, but it's, instead of being in the cellar, it's in the attic. I'm actually in the roof.
You say you're in a better place mentally than physically. A lot of people would find that hard to believe.
Yeah, because I was sick for a few years, so definitely I'm recovering physically, but mentally I've always been in a good place because I know I'm innocent and I know I'm coming out.
Do you really believe that?
Yeah, of course I believe that. And to be totally honest, the system really wanted me thrown away. It was never about me being charged for a murder. It was about getting rid of Vybz Kartel, not Adidja Palmer, the person.
Why do you say the system is out to get you?
Because they told us, they say we have too much influence. If you remember when Movado and I had that little feud a few years ago, we even went to King's house, which is like the home of the Prime Minister. And they were telling us that, oh, we're leading the kids astray, and if we don't stop what we're doing, we're not going to get any permission to do shows and stuff like that. So it has always been about the influence that Vybz Kartel has.
How do you keep your spirits up in prison?
That's a good question. That's why I said I'm more mentally in a better place, because I read a lot, I write a lot. You know, I watch movies, I listen to music, and I've met people here that are cool, like cool people that we can talk about stuff, you know, good friends along the way. So that's how I spent my time.
You've had a lot of songs come out since you've been incarcerated. About how many songs have you written during this last decade that you've been behind bars?
Lots of songs, I can't even count. At one point, I was sending out like 3-4 books a month, because when I write the songs, I usually send the books out when I get visits. Thousands of songs, really. And I know all of them are not going to be able to get released maybe in the span of my career, but, you know, I just keep writing and writing. It makes me better.
Are you concerned that the conditions there are going to impact your health?
I'm basically just thinking about going home now, because everything is drawing to a close, so I'm not really worried about my health as much. I'm doing much better, you know, so it's all good.
Kartel's attorney, Isaac Buchanan, filed a fresh evidence appeal based on the findings of a British digital expert who found that his cell phone had been tampered with prior to his trial. It's expected to go before the Privy Council, second only to Queen Elizabeth in authority.
Yes, God save the Queen, because she's the only one that can save me now.
Despite the twists and turns in his legal saga, Kartel refuses to give up. You're about to hear how he keeps his head up, even though some look at him as just a killer.
I have to, because I know they want to destroy me. And if you know, Lisa, that somebody wants to destroy you, that's where they're going to get their pleasure from. Now, you have to be on top of your game. You have to constantly be proving them wrong. So I think the haters are as much an influence to me in prison as the fans are. That's kind of how I stay strong, and for my kids and my mother.
How do you decide who's king of the dance hall?
In dancehall, it's the influence that you have, the dominance that you have, the power that you have to be able to put people on, to destroy people if it's necessary, musically. That's what the king is.
Kartel's latest album reached #1 on the Amazon music charts even before its official release date. It's streaming in top slots across all platforms like iTunes. His influence continues to grow. It's so incredible to me that you stay so positive behind bars. Have you always had that attitude of being grateful no matter what the circumstances?
When I was growing up, I didn't know I was going to be rich. I grew up in the 80s. I thought rich people were rich, poor people were poor. That was it. It couldn't change. So I have to count my blessings to see that it can really change, you know? And a lot of people have that mindset too, thinking they're nothing or they're nobody. That's a terrible mindset to have. So me beating that mindset, getting the opportunities that I got, I have to be grateful.
Kartel says besides his freedom, what he misses most is performing in front of live audiences. That could happen again as early as 2022 if the Privy Council in London approves his appeal. In the meantime, he continues to hope justice will prevail.